Already we have started the topic Fritz, and this is the second part of the chapter. Last day we had the introductory part of the chapter, but today we will go through the text. Go through this one seriously because this one is going to be an interesting one and obviously a different kind of story. Last year you studied one ghost story, horror story, that was most probably that a face in dark. Now this is a different kind. There is no direct appearance of the supernatural entities, but throughout the story there is a feeling of ghost. That is called ghostly feeling. An uncanny feeling is there throughout the story, and the feeling makes the story far more beautiful. So here you go, and let us have proper discussion and understanding of this one. Fritz by Satyajit Ray. Here the names will find Shankar and Jayanto. It is not Jayant, it is Jayanto, since it is a Bengali name. And while pronouncing, we should pronounce the name according to the region. So it is not Jayanto, it is Jayanto, and this should be respected and spoken in that way. Fritz, Satyajit Ray. After having stared at Jayanto for a whole minute, I could not help asking him, "Are you well? You seem to be in low spirit today." After having stared means looking for a long time, or looking attentively, or observing something. I stands for the narrator of the story, and his name is Shankar. Since it is a Bengali writer, it is translated into English, so we will not call Shankar, instead we will call Shankar. Are you well? You seem to be in low spirit today. Who is you here? You is Jayanto. And you seem to be in low spirit means your energy level is very low today. Jayanto quickly lost his slightly preoccupied air. Losing the preoccupied air means taking a deep breath, that means a sigh. Gave me a boy smile and said, "Here boys, we can write childish, as well you can write silly." No, on the contrary, I am feeling a lot better. On the contrary means just opposite. Contrary stands for opposite. So I am not feeling bad, instead I am feeling lot better. I am feeling lot better. Next. This place is truly wonderful. Which place is mentioned here? That is Bundi. Bundi is in Rajasthan. Next. You have been here before. Did not you know how good it was? Yes, Shankar and Jayanto, they are true friends. Jayanto works in the editorial board of a famous magazine, while Shankar is a school teacher. They have come to Bundi. But for Jayanto, it is not the first visit in Bundi. He has already visited Bundi. When he was a child of 6, that time he came to Bundi with his father. His father used to work in archaeological department of India. You have been here before, did not you know how good it was? Asked by Shankar. I had nearly almost forgotten. Jayanto sighed. Here nearly stands for almost. Now some of my memories are coming back slowly. The bungalow certainly appears unchanged, so there is no change in the bungalow. I can even recognize recognized some of the old furniture, such as this cane chair and table. So he had been here in this very bungalow with his father and mother when he was 6, when his father got transferred here. And almost everything remained same, including the cane chairs and table. The bearer, you can call him servant or butler, came in with tea and biscuits on tray. I poured. I stands for again Shankar. Since Shankar is the narrator of the story, so whenever we find the term I in direct speech, it should be Jayanto. Sorry, it should be Shankar. When did you come here last? Shankar asked. 31 years ago, I was 6 then, said by Jayanto. Now, what is Jayanto's present as the 31 as well as 6, so 37. We were sitting in the garden of the circuit house. Circuit house stands for bungalow or guest house in Bundi. We had arrived only that morning. Jayanto and I were old friends. We had gone to the same school and college. He now worked in the editorial division of a newspaper. This is very important about his detail. I taught in a school and he is a teacher. Although we had different kinds of job, it had not made any difference to our friendship. We had been planning a trip to Rajasthan for quite some time. The main difficulty lay in both of us being able to get away together. That had at last been made possible. So ultimately it was made possible. They both somehow managed to have some time to come to Bundi. Most people go to Jaipur, Udaipur, Chittor. These are all tourist spots when they go to Rajasthan. But Jayanto kept talking about going to Bundi. I had no objection for. Now Shankar did not have any objection for visiting this place. Having read Tagore's poem The Fort of Bundi, I was certainly familiar with the name of the place and lived a pleasurable excitement that the prospect of actually seeing the fort. Not many people come to Bundi, but that did not mean that there was not much to see there. It could be that from the point of view of a historian, Udaipur, Jodhpur and Chittor had lot more to offer, but simply as a beautiful place, Bundi was perfect. So if you are a historian, you would like to go Jaipur, Udaipur for those Rajputana history, but Bundi is no less beautiful. It may have some less historical importance, but it is as beautiful as those places. However, Jayanto's insistence on Bundi did puzzle me somewhat. I learned the reason on the train when we were coming down. Jayanto's father, Animesh Dasgupta, has worked in the archaeological department. His work sometimes took him to historical places, and Jayanto had as a child, come to Bundi. He had always wanted to return after growing up, just to see how much the modern Bundi compared to image he had in his mind. So he wanted to see how much change is there. We all like to see the changes. If we leave our hometown and leave it for 30 years, we'd surely have some interest to see how much it got changed. The circuit house was really rather splendid, very pleasurable, built during the time of the British. It was a single-story building with sloping tiled roof. The rooms had high ceilings and the skylights had long dangling ropes which could be pulled to open and shut them. There are ropes hanging. If you pull the ropes, the skylights that the cover on the almost on the top of the roof can be taken off, as well as you can close it. So you can close and open the curtains. The veranda faced the east. Right opposite it was a huge garden with a large number of roses in full bloom. Behind this there were a lot of trees which obviously housed a vast section of local birds. Parrots could be seen everywhere and peacocks could be heard, but only outside the compound, not inside the compound. So this is the first part. This not a huge story, so you will not find it difficult to complete it fast. Kindly go through these things in your textbook and try to write down the meanings that is already provided here. Thank you.